Welcome back to the AI Daily Brief Headlines Edition, all the daily AI news you need in around 5 minutes. We kick off today with some interesting updates around OpenAI's much-rumored Strawberry model. It seems that we are finally getting some real information, still in the form of reports, not things that are confirmed, but definitely a little bit better sourced, i.e. it's from the information, not from some random Twitter accounts. According to the information, OpenAI is planning to release Strawberry as a model option within ChatGPT inside the next 2 weeks. This report comes from 2 people who have tested the model. According to the people who've seen it, it's, quote, quite different from the regular service with some advantages and shortcomings. Now, the big idea behind Strawberry, or the big hope, is that it is a better reasoning model. The way that this works in practice is that Strawberry, quote unquote, thinks before responding. That thinking stage usually lasts 10 to 20 seconds. We'll come back to what that suggests about how the model might work in just a minute. In terms of other differences from how ChatGPT operates right now, the initial version of Strawberry is not multimodal. It's only a text-based model. It also appears at this stage like it will be priced differently. According to another information source, the most likely scenario is that Strawberry has rate limits for pro users that restrict them to a maximum number of messages per hour, with the potential for a higher price tier that gets around some of those limits. In terms of performance, one of the big shifts is that Strawberry is supposed to significantly simplify the prompting process. As the information puts it, currently customers have to type all kinds of additional words into ChatGPT to get the answer they want, such as telling the chatbot to walk through its immediate reasoning steps to arrive at its final answer, otherwise known as chain of thought prompting. Strawberry's capabilities are supposed to help customers avoid doing that or other hacks to achieve smarter results. The end result of this should be that Strawberry will be better at math problems, it will be better at coding, but it should also be better at subjective business tasks like brainstorming. Now, brainstorming is one of the most reported tasks that we see on Super as things that people are using AI for, so that actually could be really valuable. But what do people who have tried this actually think of it? At least from this reporting, it's definitely not a slam dunk. For example, it sounds like sometimes when people ask it a simple question that Strawberry should be able to skip that thinking step, the model doesn't always do that, meaning that people are sitting there waiting for that 10 to 20 seconds even with a really simple query that the regular ChatGPT could answer almost instantaneously. People who have tried this also note that 10 to 20 second wait time feels really, really long, and they're not sure that the answers are really worth that extra waiting. The users have characterized the responses as only slightly better. Strawberry is also supposed to have better memory, being able to incorporate previous chats, but it appears that it has sometimes struggled with that as well. The question then kind of obviously becomes, is Strawberry being rushed out because of competitive pressure? OpenAI spent a very long time in the catbird seat leading the AI industry, but is obviously under increased competition from all sides. Do they feel like they have to push Strawberry out? And is there the potential that it actually does more harm than good for them if it fails to be noticeably better? Now, one of the things that some people are exploring is exactly how Strawberry works. Rohan Paul tweets, Google's recent paper may be helping OpenAI Strawberry. The relevant paper from Google DeepMind was called Scaling LLM Test Time Compute Optimally Can Be More Effective Than Scaling Model Parameters. The paper basically says searching at inference will give you great final results from the LLM. Now from rumors, Strawberry is using some form of inference time compute strategies, using search techniques over the response space to improve reasoning. Basically, this is not just a matter of a model being bigger, it's actually a slightly different approach to how it retrieves information. A lot of the chatter is around how subdued the messaging is around this. AI Explained writes, we just heard that the famed ChatGPT upgrade Strawberry is coming by September 24th, but something doesn't make sense. It was a threat to humanity, according to certain OpenAI ex-staff. It rises to human-level reasoning, according to a leak to Bloomberg. But according to early testers, its slightly better answers aren't worth the 10 to 20 second wait, and it often thinks for that long even if you ask it not to, and it will be pricey. Something doesn't add up. Swix had a similar response. As rumored, Strawberry will be releasing in time for OpenAI Dev Day, it looks like. OpenAI seems to be downplaying this a lot. Concerning or just sandbagging? Now, of course, it is important to note that OpenAI itself has not released this information. It's just from people who are in the know. But it does have a bit of a feel of a coordinated leak. And if so, it certainly feels like one meant to tamp down expectations rather than ramp them up. Second today in the headlines edition, on Tuesday night, there was a debate in the US presidential campaign between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, and AI made a little cameo. VP Kamala Harris attacked Trump over his approach to chip exports during his term. She accused Trump of, quote, selling American chips to China to help them modernize their military, whereas Harris said that she was an advocate of, quote, investing in American-based technology so that we win the race on AI on quantum computing. Trump bit back, saying that Chinese tech companies, quote, want their chips from Taiwan, not the US, and that the US, quote, hardly makes chips anymore, blaming, of course, Democratic policies. Adam Kovacevic of the Chamber of Progress writes, Kamala Harris out-hawking Trump on China. Love to see it. And I think while it was just one line, it shows that this sort of technological superiority and the geopolitics of AI are front and center in this campaign. Still, maybe even the more notable invocation of AI came in a post after the debate from none other than Taylor Swift. In a post where she endorsed VP Kamala Harris for president, Swift wrote, "Recently I was made aware that AI of me falsely endorsing Donald Trump's presidential run was posted to his site. It really conjured up my fears around AI and the dangers of spreading misinformation." Now, she went on to say that it brought me to the conclusion that I need to be very transparent about my actual plans for this election as a voter, because, quote, the simplest way to combat misinformation is with the truth. Bloomberg AI writer Rachel Metz writes, "The rising impact of generative AI cannot be overstated here. Taylor Swift cites a recent AI-generated image of her that made it falsely appear as if she supported Donald Trump as the reason she decided to speak out regarding her decision to vote for Kamala Harris for president." And so, friends, AI getting a mention by the potential future president of the US and current vice president? Fairly big. AI being called out as a point of discussion by Swift? Well, now it's in the cultural conversation. That's going to do it for today's AI Daily Brief Headlines Edition. Next up, the main episode.